Welcome to vlog 18. I wanted to share with you what I think is the ultimate filmmaking tool. It's totally free. I'm gonna show you what it is. All right, ready? Did you catch that? Here, I'm gonna do it again for you. Huh? What do you think? What I'm trying to talk about is really simple, really powerful, but the least sexy, but it's really the only way to let your creative self bubble up and inform your work so that you start to lose that outward gaze at what other people are doing, what style they have, why can't I be like them, how do I be like them? And it lets you focus on the most truest sense of who you are as a creator, which is already within you. And the more you figure out how to spend time in that zone, how to spend time in creative thought, reflection, creative development, you will develop who you are, the creator that you want to be. You ever wonder why you get good ideas when you're driving in the car or showering, where your creative mind is crying out for a little bit of attention? And maybe you can start to clear all the other fluff, all the stuff that doesn't matter, all the distraction, all the sales pitches, clear that out of the way and just be comfortable in quiet. And that, I can guarantee, will be the best tool that you can have. You know, it's the cliche of how artists disappear into the woods and then come out with a masterpiece. It's because anyone who actively wants to create productively knows that this space is vital and really what it's all about. And all you really need is this. Blank, regular old paper and a big pen. It doesn't have to be a big pen, it can be a Papermate pen. I don't care. What matters is it's the blank, empty space to gather your thoughts and develop ideas. That's really it. If you find yourself spending a lot of time on YouTube looking at cameras or what technical choice is better than the other, if you find yourself talking about doing a lot, trying to prepare yourself for doing, and find yourself not actually doing, spending time in solitude, in quiet, this is the thing that I've created room in my life for. Equipment doesn't really matter, lighting doesn't really matter, color grades don't really matter. When you figure that out in your mind and you all of a sudden realize that it's a lot more productive for you to spend time in silence with notifications off, with your phone on Do Not Disturb. When you realize the value of that, that's when you are going to level up. That's where the work happens. That's where the art happens and the creativity comes from. I work in an industry that is creative. My job is to come up with ideas. My job is to get briefed on a commercial and visualize in my head exactly what that looks like. And then I have to write it down. I create a treatment. But it all comes down to spending time, to take the time to figure out what we're gonna do. Even with this vlog, every video I do, I sit down and I do not start until I have a clear idea of what I wanna do. Even the silly, weird intros that I do for some of these videos, they're thought out because it's the only way that I can fully understand what my goal is for this video and then execute. And as soon as you know what that is, execution is so simple. You see it in your head, it becomes painting by numbers. You've got that outline, you know exactly what you want to do, you've developed that vision. So I know that it's hard. I know that no one ever teaches it. I know that there's never really room in your day to, just sit around and think about ideas. But if you call yourself a creative person, and this is what I'm pushing myself to do, creative time has value. It's the fundamental basis of the industry, the job you aspire to have. I'm reading this book, The Artist's Way. I'm not much of a self-help guy, but what this book has inspired and sort of clicked in my head to do is to create a practice around it. Why not make it as integral as a cup of coffee is to your morning? Going to the gym or getting exercise, doing the dishes, these are all things that should be done and need to get done. Why is creativity not given the room in your day-to-day? So that's what my big step is, to not wait for inspiration to come. That's really frilly. I worked in advertising agencies for almost 10 years, and my job was to come up with ideas. I didn't have the luxury of waiting for ideas to come. Little did I know that it was a bit of an education in creative management. Only now in my 30s am I actually creating a practice around it. I even have conversations with my wife about when there's 4 kids upstairs yelling and, there's stuff to be fixed up around the house. It doesn't really look good that I'm just like down here on this couch thinking. But we've actually come to understand that that's what my life is about, that it all comes from those moments of silence. So if I don't have that, I'm unhappy and incredibly unproductive. So the unsolicited advice I'm giving to you today is to make time in your life for creativity. It is the single most effective way to level up whatever craft you're chasing after. I hope to inspire you as I'm inspiring myself to turn things off. We're distracted all the time. We're taught to consume that 12-season series. You don't have to do it. So really, it's about how much time I have left on this earth, how productive I've been to date, which is a lot less productive than I think I could have been. And looking forward, deciding how am I going to create a practice so that I'm sort of creatively unstoppable.